Good morning, everyone. I know it's been a very long time since I've been on live. Today, I just happened to have a little spare time, so I thought I would come in for the new year, just to encourage everyone and to also check in with you all. I'm really blessed beyond measures. Even though you have your ups and downs, I can still attest that I am blessed, and I wanted to come in and share a little. It's not a testimony, it's really to affirmation and encouragement to us all. None of us is in this alone. Some of you may feel that you're alone. Some of you have experienced losses because of this coronavirus. Some of you have experienced great grief losses of loved ones, friends, associates, co-workers, church brothers and sisters. It's been rough. It's been a very rough year. But today we are at the end of the road and of 2020. We can kiss 2020 goodbye and welcome in the new year. And in doing so, welcoming in the new year, you first gotta revamp your mind. You gotta program your mindset, because this is the thing. Our mindset can be altered. It can be distorted. It can be confused. It can be manipulated. So the problem with our mindset is that if you base all of your thoughts and views and opinion and ideology based on what someone else told you, then you're not really thinking with your own mindset. You're thinking through the eyes of somebody else, their mind, what they're telling you, how they telling you how to think and feel, and your emotion. You're not really thinking from your own mindset. So I came on today. I was wrestling with it. I'm going to be honest with you. I was wrestling with coming online because I haven't been online for a long time. And there was a reason for that, because typically I'm a very positive person. But there are times I can come across to the person who on the outside looking in that does not know me well as offensive or defensive, and I'm really not. It's just that I have my views, you have your views, respect mine just like you would want me to respect yours. So to get out of my me self, get out of it's about Anna, and it's not, really not. I took a break because I was trying to create a positive platform, and sometimes even in your good effort, it can be taken the wrong way. So I took a break, and I allowed, hi Jean, how you doing? Happy New Year. I took a break not because of being politically correct, but I took a break mainly because sometimes you have to take a break. You have to get a sense of spiritual awakeness and awareness, and understand you got to be mindful in everything you say and do, because there are some people really look up to you. There are some people really value what you say. There are some people who really trust what you say. It's like, if you say it to them, it's like law. It's like, oh, I heard that from Miss Anna, or some people call me Miss Ann. They value that. So I wanted to be very careful of what I present to the world, even on my YouTube channel, which I haven't been on that as well. I took a break from everything as far as you all seeing me on the video. I took a break, and I've had a lot of people inbox me, ask me, when are you going to come back? When are you going to do videos? I really enjoyed your videos, blah, 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 blah. And I thank you all for your encouragement and your support. I really do. But I felt I needed a time break, and it was a good thing that I did, because I got really involved in my new job. My schooling is very escalated at this point. I'm near the end, and so it's just a lot of personal stuff that just kind of put me in that place of, okay, I need to take a little mind break. But today is the 31st of December. For this whole entire year, we have struggled with the ups and downs of this pandemic. We have struggled with the ups and downs of the election and the electoral, and now the ending of an era of one president who's leaving out of office. We've had so many ups and downs of our emotions. And the main thing, hi Wanda, the main thing is that this is not a time to get complacent. This is not a time to get stagnant. This is not a time to just, throw in the towel and give up on yourself. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep reaching your goals. You got to keep, even if you're out of work. And I'm saying it to even myself. I'm working, but I'm encouraging myself. Everything I'm saying now is not just for you all; it's for me as well. If you desire to work, write a book, or do your spoken word, which is something I do, take a trip. You could just name the list of things that we would want to do. Do charity work. Go to the hospital and minister to the sick and afflicted. Go to the nursing home and sing to them, read a book. Anything of goodwill that you really want to do it. Don't let nobody hinder you. Don't let nobody discourage you. Don't let nobody tell you, you can't do that. You don't have enough time for that. Don't let those thoughts come in your mindset to discourage you or deter you from doing what you want to do. And if it's something good, when you want to do something and you really want to do it, God will give you confirmation. He will show you that it's within alignment. It's not out of alignment. See, if it's something bad, you won't have that awareness or awakening. And I want to say too, even though you might have goals set, you're going to probably experience some stumbling blocks. And those stumbling blocks are not really to stop you from pressing forward. It's really to teach you something that maybe you might be doing that's not really in alignment, and you might have a few stumbling blocks, or it may be something that you're not aware of that you should do, and you might experience stumbling blocks. But that doesn't mean stop it. That doesn't mean give up. That doesn't mean throw it away. It doesn't mean that. So if I had listened to what people said about me from childhood to adulthood about certain things, I would not have pressed it like I did, especially, I will say, I was in school a couple of times. I did medical assistant, I did medical coding, I went to school for business administration and accounting, and all of those things, I was not, except for medical assistant and coding, I was not consistent. I did not stay in it for the long haul. I gave up, because I allowed other people to influence me. And I learned valuable lessons in the process of that. But I kept pressing forward when I really did start listening within my own heart and my own mind and say to myself, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it no matter what, no matter how long it takes me to get it and do it, I'm going to do it. And I will admit, I was in school for about 8 years before I got my bachelor's. I had a break too. I had a hiatus. I had almost a 5-year break due to finances. And when I got back in 2017, I was like, I don't care. I don't care if I don't get no rest. I don't care if I got insomnia. I don't care. I don't care if my head become fully gray from being stressed and lack of rest and be deprived of whatever energy I had left. But I was determined I was going to get my degree. I was determined to get my degree. So now I'm working on my master's, and I'm not going to lie, I needed to take a month break, and that's what I'm doing right now. But I am going to start getting my ideas into place. So when I do go back, I'm going to go back hard. I'm not stopping no more. But I said all that because I think people love to put pressure on themselves about doing resolution. And my thought with resolution, they are good. Don't get me wrong. They are very encouraging. They're good to do, like vision boards. All of that is good. But my thought is, if you don't really have it wrote down like a journal where you could take its accountability for your thought on paper, where you could look at it and you could see that you wrote down, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to have this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to accomplish this, when and where. It's a waste of time, because you just doing something just because somebody say, hey, it's good luck that you do XYZ, but you have no basis for why you do whatever. Okay, I'm going to give you a perfect example. I'm a church girl. I grew up in the church, okay? Say, for instance, your church say, we're going to do a 24-day fast. And you say to yourself, I'm going to give up sweet. But you don't write down on paper what sweet does for you. What the craving, what type of energy it give you. Just doesn't really describe that particular thing that you say you want to give up. Why you want to give this up? What is it going to do? What are you asking God to do for you in the place of you giving that up? You sacrificing something for something else. You know that. So people can say, oh, I just fasted. No, you're sacrificing something because you want God to do something else for you. So, I was about maybe, if I say about 17, 18, something like that. I know I was about to graduate from high school. And I remember one year, my grandmother was doing a 21-day fast, which is a lot of churches, even my church that I'm attending now does it, right after New Year. And I remember her saying she had a journal where she would write down her why, what, and when. Okay, meaning why I'm doing this, what I'm doing this, why I'm doing it, and when do I want it to come to fruition, manifesting, so to speak. And I never understood why my grandmother said that at that time, because I was a teenager and immature and really wasn't thinking deep in the quote-unquote faith of, the Christian, sort of, godly way. Put it like that, godly way. Now, I was thinking more carnally. I wasn't thinking spiritually. And it was only until I got like 30-something, I was close to 40, and my church would do fasts and so forth. And that is when I started really appreciating doing fast, because I really hated, I used to dread when they say, let's do a fast. And because I also felt guilty, because I felt like I could not ever go through with it. I would always go like a couple of days or, something like that. I would never make the full 21 days. So one year, I can't remember the exact year, how old I was at that time, but I remember doing it. And I remember what my grandmother did, always did, every year. And I said, okay, I'm going to write down my why I want to do this, what I want, to come out of this, And when do I want all this to happen? And when I did that, that particular year was a year of full abundance. It was like there were times, and I'm gonna be very transparent with you all. I would have a job because I was working for years seasonal with the Internal Revenue, and whenever we would furlough, I would pick up another job through the temp agency. And that particular year, I ended up having like 6 jobs when it was time for me to do my taxes, because a job or an assignment would end, and the next thing I know, another company was calling me for a position. I mean, I just had abundance. But I never wrote on my list during fast that I never wrote about money. I didn't. The way I wrote it was, I asked God for, the way I put it, I said, I didn't even say financial blessing. I asked God for abundance blessing. And I didn't know that abundance can be categorized as your money, your finances. And then I wrote, y'all might probably think, oh wow, I'm a deep thinker, so I said abundance. And then my other one was to God, to excel my children, their learning, right? And then I asked God to make the way or open the path for me to go back to school. And that year, toward the end of that year, I started talking to different schools, but I had not made a decision. And then by the beginning of the next year, the Lord spoke to me. He said, I answered your prayer, but you're stagnating yourself by not making a decision. And once I made the decision and got into school to get my degree, I tell you, I kid you not, I did not think I was going to do well academically, because I was doing it strictly online. I had never, ever did online schooling, ever. And it was something new, and I was really nervous. But that's when I knew that faith and prayer works. I really saw that if I trust God and really believe in my heart what I want to happen in the process of me prayer and fasting, that I was going to get what I want. I was going to get everything I want. It might not be exactly, it might not come, the song, you all, it might not come when you want it, but it'll come right on time. I can really attest to that is very true. So I was thinking within myself, I was like, because I guess in a way, I didn't really, even though I would hear the older saints talk about faith and prayer and all of that, I really didn't see it. I guess I was looking for the tangible. I was looking at it, I got to see it. I got to really, visualize this in order to believe it. But then when things started happening for me, a lot of my blessings were not tangible. They were not monetary. It was more of, God moved this situation out of the way and blessed me with something else greater, and I can really truthfully say that I don't regret anything any jobs I ever had. I don't regret it, because it was like a stepping stone to my success. It's like, and even though that there were some jobs that really tested my faith, there were times I was sitting there contemplating, okay, I'm not coming back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But I never did that. I never left a job. It's only one job I ever left in life the next day, and that was Subway. I I knew soon as that lady started talking, that manager that was training me, and it was on a midnight shift. I knew soon as she started talking that I wasn't going back. I knew I wasn't going back, and so that's the only job that I ever just like. I was like, damn. But I don't regret anything. I really don't. And I tell people this all the time. This is not something that I just say here on this video live chat. I say that all the time, is that every position I've ever had in life was a stepping stone to my success. I remember when I was working at the credit bureau, and I had a client that came in. His credit report was jacked up from the floor up, and it was because he was a senior and his son was a junior, and his son wasn't even old enough to have credit on his credit report at all. But what had happened was his ex-wife was she was using the credit, and she was using it under her son's name, and it messed up the dash because some of the information on the son's name, and the son was an underage child, appeared on the dad's credit report. And I never forget, we had talked to him on the phone, and at the office that I was working at the time, they would, the consumers would come in if they had a complaint or something pertaining to their credit report. We were the department that handled that. And I remember I was at the front desk, and it was a particular day I wasn't supposed to be at the front desk. I was supposed to be doing like I normally do, which is data entry. And I just happened to work up front to cover for one of my staff, because she was taking an extended lunch break for a doctor appointment, and I was covering the front desk. And then when he got to the front desk, he was very upset, and he began to use profanity, and he was really upset. But he was hurt. He was hurt more because his ex-wife messed up his credit, but he was angry at the fact that he couldn't get it fixed on his own. He had to go through some legal procedure. And I was explaining to him the steps and so forth like that, and he almost was trying to reach over. He was almost trying to reach over that table and choke me, because I was telling him the same thing that they had told him on the phone, but he didn't want to hear that. He wanted to hear something. He thought if he come up to the office and threatened us enough that he was going to get a different response, and he didn't. So, but what was good about it, I didn't allow it to escalate to the place of my supervisor having to get him off of me. But it did escalate, but it didn't escalate to that point. Because I told him, I said, sir, as angry as you are, if you cross over this table, I'm going to forget my professionalism. So I would suggest you get your composure. If you got to go outside, walk around a couple of times, come back in, and let us start all over. But I can't help you when you're that angry. I can't. It's nothing. Because when somebody's real angry, they're not hearing anything you're saying. They just want their situation resolved. That's all they want to do. So he did. He went outside. He didn't walk around a couple of times because he came back in pretty quick. But he did cool off, and he came in, and I was able to assist him. And then I had to actually get somebody else to come out and talk to him on the legal end of it. But I was able to get him to calm down. And my thought was, I'm not going to lose my dignity and my composure, because although you're angry and irate, this is not my issue. This is your issue. You got to resolve it, so you got to calm down. But doing this whole stuff that's going on with us right now, I came on, and I was led to come on to tell you all, don't take that stuff into 2021. Do not reflect on anything that happened in 2020. Okay? I mean that. I'm seriously saying that. Try your best to leave 2020 where it is, okay? Now, for those of you all, and my heart goes out to all of the loved ones and all of the posters I've seen of people, mutual friends, acquaintances, loved ones, the whole bit, who have lost their loved one due to this COVID. My heart and condolences and sympathy goes out to you all. I am so sorry that you had to go through this difficult time, this, especially with so much other stuff we have to deal with, and then you have to be a part of the statistics. My heart sincerely, genuinely, compassionately, empathetically go out to every one of you all. I pray for all people affected by this, and even those who are survivors of this and still might be going through certain side effects and so forth of that. I ask that God will completely heal your body, restore you, rejuvenate you, make you whole again. That is my prayer to each and every one of you all. And also too, hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm going to come right back. Hold on. Oh, yes. Hello. Oh, you heard Aaron? Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I get your name. It is. Okay. Last name?
Tanner. T-Y-N-E-R.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You have a good day.
You're welcome. You don't know for the laptop, do you?
I'm not sure. It's heavy.
Okay, thank you. Okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you. Sorry about that, y'all. I had a... Whew. And they are here before 12. Thank you, Jesus. I'm glad I listened to my first mind. I did not go and stop and all of that. Okay. All right, so I'm back. But, yeah, I'm about to close and get off of here. But I wanted to say to everyone, Happy New Year. Have a very, very blessed, bringing the new year on a positive note. Keep your spirit, your vibration high, and whatever your faith and religion might be, I wish you all the best in all of your endeavor. And just know that I'm your sister, your friend, and I love you all, and peace be all to everyone. Have a beautiful, blessed, Happy New Year and holiday. Be safe. And as you always know that I always ended up with, be embraced, be empowered, be encouraged by the grace of God. Love you all. Peace.